Right. AHRAYAMLAB Let Lord God King Almighty be magnified, magnified, magnified at all times. The name of the Most High God of Heaven in ancient Hebrew is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai. So all praises to Yahweh. Ba Asham meaning in the name, Ba meaning him, Ha meaning they, Sham meaning name. In the name Yahushai. All praises to Yahweh in the name Yahushai. Now, basically, just gonna dive right into this lesson. Right. Basically, I saw a video with one of my teachers. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Basically, I observed that the apostle went off in one of the lessons as it relates to the unleavened bread, the whole Passover thing. So I'm just going to make the necessary correction through the Spirit, and I hope it doesn't offend anyone, because I am coming from a genuine standpoint. Through the Spirit of the Lord, I have observed it, and the Spirit hits me to put in the correction, because, you see heresy in the body. We have to fix things. Now, I want this to be very clear that they are my teachers. I learned from them, right? I learned from these men. They're my fathers. They're my teachers, right? So basically, let's dive into the video.
All right, let's start off by saying Barakatah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem B'cha Kodash. Welcome to another live lesson. This one is Feast of Unleavened Bread, ends tomorrow sundown, and that would be March 30th, 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. All right, now, we kept the Passover Saturday night, okay? So Saturday night was the first day. Tonight, which is Friday night, would be the last day, or the seventh day of.
So the apostle errs right here. He says the first day was Saturday, and the last day is Friday, the 29th. All right. So the apostle is calling right here the first day, and he's calling right here Friday the seventh day, which is erring. All right. Now, the Great Millstone started the Passover on Saturday, but not Saturday, but to be specific, Saturday at evening. So because they started the Sabbath and the Sabbath, the Passover, and the Saturday of the evening, therefore this cannot be called the first day, because a day in its entirety is from evening to evening. All right. So the day part of Saturday was not involved, all right, in the Passover. Therefore, it cannot be called the first day. All right. So really and truly, the first day is from Sunday. This is the first day. All right. Because when they started the Passover on Saturday at evening, it started 6 o'clock. Now, when it struck 6 o'clock, you were only a few seconds right in. So that cannot be deemed as a day, right? Because in as even the apostles teach, I've learned from them in the book of Genesis 1:5, it says, and the evening and the morning were the first day. So the day starts at evening. All right. So basically, they started the Passover Saturday the 23rd, but at evening. So when technically is the first day is the 24th. They started it from the 23rd at night, at evening. Therefore, the first day in its entirety is basically on over here from evening to evening. So the 24th has to be counted as the first day and not 23, because it starts at the evening. All right. So if it is Saturday at evening, it cannot be called the first day, because that is just the beginning of the 24th, so to speak, which really is the beginning of the starting of the Passover. So day one is on the 24th, right? So day two would be the 25th, day three would be the 26th, and day four would be the 27th, and day five would be the 28th, and day six would be the 29th. But the apostle is calling the 29th the seventh day, which is going off. And this is the reason why he says that in this video that there's a double Sabbath, which is not, because the seventh day is really back over to Saturday with the seventh day. But because he's counting from here as the first day, the 23rd, which is not the first day, he ends up with Friday being the seventh day. So he's counting this as a Sabbath and this as a Sabbath, right? So let's count it like, oh, the apostle counted it. Day one, day two, day three, day four, day five, day six, day seven. So he goes off in thinking that on the 29th was the seventh day, which was not, because that was not the ending of the feast of the unleavened bread, right? Therefore, it cannot be the seventh day. The seventh day is on Saturday, right? So basically, even in the video, he was saying that it's over here is the feast of the ending of the feast of unleavened bread, which is correct on that. But he ties up himself by counting this as a seventh day, right? He ties up himself right here. So once again, I'm going to prove from the Holy Bible and bring forth some clarifications. This is the book of Genesis. Sorry, I'm very sorry about that. This is the book of Leviticus 23 and verse 4. It says, "These are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations which ye shall proclaim in your seasons. In the 14th day of the first month at evening is the Lord's Passover." Now, listen carefully right here what it says in verse 6. "And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread." Is this a different day from up here? Verse 5? No, it is not. It is not a different day. Right? It is not a different day. It says, on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto the Lord. 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread. Now, note the key point to focus on right here. In verse 5, it says, on the 14th day of the first month. But it says right here, at evening. So at evening is technically the 15th day. In verse 6, it says, and on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread. Now, to clarify and give you understanding, my question to you, if this in verse 6 is a different day, why then did you start the feast of unleavened bread from the 14th day at evening? Do you eat unleavened bread after you start the Passover the other day, or on the same evening that you start the Passover is the feast of unleavened bread? Correct. The feast of unleavened bread starts immediately as the Passover starts, all right? You eat unleavened bread. So you don't get to eat leavened bread and then the day after you eat unleavened bread. No, it starts from the 14th day at evening. What you need to understand is that the 14th day at evening is the same as the 15th day, right? Because you need the evening and the morning to be counted as the first day, even as it says in the book of Genesis 1 and verse 5. Now, I am going to clarify, emphasize on this point by bringing out the Day of Atonement, right? This is the same chapter, Leviticus 23, but 27, the verse 27 now, all right? It says, and also on the 10th day of the 7th month, there shall be a day of atonement. It shall be a day of atonement. It shall be an holy convocation unto you. Now, notice it says right here in 27, verse 27, also on the 10th day. So I'm going to show you that the ninth day at evening is the same day as the 10th day. You have to jump all the way down to verse 32 to find this out. This is Leviticus 27 and verse 32. And it says right here, it shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your souls in the ninth day of the month at evening. From evening unto evening shall ye celebrate your Sabbath. So it says from evening to evening ye shall celebrate your Sabbath. So the Sabbath day, when the apostles started the Passover on the 23rd of Saturday, it is from evening to evening that has to be counted as one day. So when the apostle counted Saturday as day one, he erred, because this is the initial stage of the Passover, the initial stage of the Sabbath, which is at evening. So it is not counted as one day, because it is the starting point of the day, which the day it rolls over to the 24th. So at 24th, at the 24th, it is day one. So you get day one, day 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you end up back with Saturday again being the Sabbath, instead of having a double Sabbath at the 6th day and the 7th day. So the apostle stated that there was a double Sabbath, which was on the 29th and also on the 30th. He heard, right? There was only one Sabbath, and it was on the 30th. Same as how he started the Passover on Saturday at evening, it rolled over back at the same place, right? It's in alignment. So the Sabbath is not from ear to ear, but from ear to ear. It's in perfect order, so it didn't crisscross, right? So I hope I explained that to a way that it can be understood, because I'm not sure how much space I have on the phone, and I am moving very, quickly in the video. So once again, when my teacher, Apostle AHRAYAMLAB, when you started the Passover on the 23rd of Saturday, you started the Passover at evening. All right, at the Saturday the 23rd at evening. So it cannot be counted as the first day, because it has to be rolled over here. Just like the book of Genesis says, and the evening and the morning were the first day. So I hope the problem is solved right there. All praises to Yahweh Shem Godash. That is that. I hope it was clear enough. All praises to Yahweh Shem Godash. And the apostle is my teacher, all right? He's my father, right? And I look up to him. So this video is not in any bad energy or any, whatsoever, that is off. This is just, the Spirit of the Lord sending in the correction as it relates to this. And we all make mistakes. I myself, I need catching up, So even the great apostles, they need catching up. Everyone needs catching up at times, all right? So blessings, my people. Let the Lord God King Almighty be magnified at all times. See ya.